I'd like to talk to you about an epidemic in this country, an epidemic that affects us all at one time or another, and that is stress and anxiety. I'll touch on what it does to the body and then some of the skills you can learn and incorporate into your daily lives to help eliminate those negative effects of stress. There was a study that tracked 39,000 adults for 8 years and asked them how much stress they experienced in the last year and if they believe if stress is healthy. In the study, the researchers discovered that there was a 43% increase of death in those who believed or perceived stress as being harmful to their health. The test subjects who didn't think stress was a bad thing and used the stress in their lives to their advantage did great. So my point is that the perception of stress and viewing it as helpful or harmful can determine the outcome of your mental and physical well-being. So what happens when you are stressed out? Your blood pressure goes up, your blood vessels constrict, and if you have an underlying health condition, this could bring on a heart attack, a stroke, or a panic attack. When viewing stress as healthy, your body reacts as it does in moments of joy and courage, as if your subconscious is proclaiming, "This is my body helping me rise to this challenge." Your body will believe it if your mind believes it. Stress can actually make us even more social, and that's a good thing. It sounds like a strange correlation, right? But here's why. The hormone oxytocin, otherwise known as the cuddle hormone, because it's released when you hug someone, is a neurohormone which primes you to do things that strengthen close relationships, crave physical contact, empathy, and care. Oxytocin is a stress hormone pumped out by your pituitary gland, similar to adrenaline. It motivates you to seek support when life is difficult. Your stress hormones want you to be around people who care about you. It acts on your brain and your body. It protects your cardiovascular system. It does this by helping your heart, which has its own receptors built in to take in this stress hormone, and it strengthens your heart. So when you reach out to others under stress, you release more of this hormone, and you actually recover faster from stress. Your stress response has a built-in response called human connection. For example, people who spend time caring or helping others have less risk of dying from stress because of this human interaction, this human connection. So remember how you think and act can transform your experience of stress. When you view stress as helpful, you create the biology of courage, connecting with others when you're under stress. And when you are stressed, you'll begin to create resilience. Stress also gives us access to our hearts, the compassionate heart, that pounding physical heart that gives us strength and energy. When you view stress in this way, you are making a pretty profound statement saying that you can trust yourself to handle challenges and you don't have to face them alone. We all choose to live in two states, a no-stress state and a stress state. Anger, loneliness, and frustration are all stressful states, the opposite of which are love, compassion, relaxation, and peace. The driving force of these two states is behind every part of our life and culture. Which state do we want to live in? Well, that question we must ask ourselves. I'm pretty sure most of you will choose the love, compassion, and relaxation and peace state. Sadly, our society does not bring us into a state of peace and love. The hustle and bustle of life, society's inner agitations, create the opposite of peace. We live in a culture of texting and tweeting and emailing and Facebooking. We are pretty much disconnected from most people except in a virtual world. In a beautiful state, you can help yourself and help others around you by being in the present, building strong relationships with others, and seeking reassurance from our loved ones. Let me dive a little deeper. There are two branches of our autonomic system: sympathetic, meaning fight or flight, or parasympathetic, meaning rest and digest. Sympathetic accelerates us. It's always looking for an emergency to keep you safe. It causes an intense state of nervous reactions. It readies us for survival from some outside invader. The parasympathetic wants to calm you down and slow your pulse to optimize your immune system, to detoxify, and to keep you relaxed. Both systems are always on. In the sympathetic overdrive, we get stuck running from proverbial lions and are overloaded with adrenaline. The longer we stay in this state, the harder it weighs on our system. Large percentage of us will be in this chronic situation where we have heart disease, we're constantly in that sympathetic state, we are in the state of panic, we have acid reflux, erectile dysfunction, anxiety, depression, restless leg syndrome, tightness of our jaws, low back pain, and many other disorders. When we are in sympathetic overdrive, we are constantly being chased by that lion I mentioned, and we end up breathing very shallow, and our hormones are out of whack. Through small changes that we start to incorporate into our daily lives and the actions we take, we become decisive and powerful, and the blinding effects of anger and confusion are no longer in power of us. Whenever we find ourselves fearful and anxious, we need to quickly examine our body language. Typically, we make our bodies smaller, maybe lower our shoulders, hunch over, we may lose eye contact, or our voice gets small. How are we thinking at that moment? Does our head get filled with self-doubt and negativity? Does our breath get shallow? You have to train yourself to get out of that state, and by training yourself out of that state, we can rewire our brains. Don't tolerate your brain staying in this state. Condition your mind every day by setting aside 10 minutes for yourself, and practice the following. Find a quiet place away from electronics, the kids, the TV, and other distractions. Get into a comfortable position. Relax your facial muscles, and then use your facial muscles to express joy. Your face will set the tone for the rest of your body. Now take a few minutes to think of all the things that you are grateful for in life. Make gratitude your attitude. I like to say a little prayer for my loved ones as a way of giving myself to others. Next, set some realistic, attainable goals for yourself. For the week, for the day, tell yourself that you can attain those goals. And last, we need to practice our breathing. That may sound strange since we already know how to breathe. In fact, we do it 23,000 times a day. But if you are breathing wrong, you're not reaping the benefits, and your body suffers for it. When we breathe fully, our chests and rib cages open, and we are breathing in high quantities of oxygen and expelling not only carbon dioxide, but stress. Our expanded diaphragm actually pushes our internal organs, moving fluids around, keeping them healthy. And it all comes down to breathing and delivering a more nutrient-rich body. Place your hands on your rib cage below your breasts and breathe in a deep breath and hold it for 4 seconds and then release it. Doing this can improve your vitality, it can improve your lungs, your energy level, remove toxicity from your body, negativity from your body. Do it again. If you continue to do this 4 or 5 times, you'll feel all the negativity flow out of your body. Your whole system will begin to feel more relaxed. Just breathing in, just taking that deep breath. Fill your lungs, feel your rib cage expand out. Hold it and release it. Do this several times a day, and you will feel like your body is completely now relaxed and ready to take on whatever challenges you have to give it. practice these steps on a daily basis, gratitude, prayer, meditation, breathing. Learn to breathe and breathe in full, bountiful breaths of air and release it. It's so relaxing, and it's a time for you. It's that 10 minutes of the day. We spend hours in traffic, we spend hours doing frivolous things, but you can spend 10 minutes a day on yourself and heal your mind, body, and soul. So I hope you took something away from this that will be helpful to you. I hope you've learned a little bit about stress and how you can control stress and be able to live a more beautiful, focused life, stress-free. Enjoy.